Hello, welcome to our channel. We're glad you joined us today. We hope you will enjoy our journey into the story of the mango. If this piece of work inspires you, then please like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and share it with your family and friends. Your support encourages us to work on more expeditions. Now, let's begin with a story that looks sweet on the outside, but hides something far darker beneath the surface. Imagine a place where the sun glows warmly over endless mango orchards, where every breeze carries the scent of ripe fruit, and where the locals greet you with smiles, yet behind those smiles lies a secret no one dares to speak of. Imagine a town that celebrates mango season as if it's a blessing, but whispers in the night tell a different tale. And imagine one person arriving there, believing they are stepping into a peaceful countryside, only to find themselves trapped in a mystery woven through generations. Today, we're diving into Netflix's psychological drama Mango, a film that proves that even the sweetest fruit can hide the most bitter truth. From the very first scene, the movie pulls you into a strange, unsettling world, a world where a missing girl's story connects to a ritual practiced for decades, and where every orchard tree seems to be guarding a truth of its own. As we begin this journey, get ready to walk through those orchards with us, to uncover the secrets buried beneath the soil, and to discover why this film has captured so much attention across Netflix viewers in the US. So sit back, relax, and let yourself be pulled into the mystery. Because once you enter the world of mango, nothing is as simple, sweet, or innocent as it seems. Let's get started. The movie opens with a wide aerial shot gliding over endless mango orchards, lush green rows stretching toward the horizon under a warm golden sun. At first glance, everything looks peaceful, almost postcard perfect. Birds chirp softly, workers move slowly between the trees, and the camera lingers on baskets filled with bright, golden fruit. But as the scene settles, something begins to feel off. One worker pauses, glances toward the woods, and quickly looks away. Another woman whispers something to her son and pulls him closer as they walk. There's beauty here, but also tension, like the air itself is hiding a memory that refuses to die. Our protagonist, Daniel Harper, arrives with a small travel bag in hand. He's a documentary photographer from Chicago, looking for a quiet place to work on a personal project about agricultural life. He steps out of the local bus, takes a deep breath, and smiles at the calm around him. The locals greet him politely, but their eyes linger on him a moment too long. He senses the welcome is warm, but cautious. Daniel walks through the orchard with his camera, amazed at the landscape. But the moment he snaps his first picture, an older man, Mr. Farley, appears behind him. Almost startled, he politely warns Daniel not to wander too deep, especially near the old orchard boundary. Some places, he says, are better respected than explored. Daniel laughs it off, assuming it's just local superstition, but the camera focuses on Farley as soon as he stares. As Daniel settles into his rented farmhouse, he notices a missing person flyer pinned to the outer wall. A teenage girl named Ana Rivera disappeared 3 months ago. No details, no updates, just a smiling picture and an unanswered question. And with that simple image, the movie plants the seed. This orchard holds more than just fruit. It holds secrets. The movie shifts into its first layer of suspense as Daniel learns about Anna, the missing girl. He becomes curious, not because he seeks danger, but because he senses something different about this town. On his second morning, Daniel sits in the small diner near the bus stop. The atmosphere is strangely quiet for a community built around seasonal work. When he casually asks the waitress, Maria, about the flyer, she freezes. Her smile fades almost instantly. Maria avoids giving details, simply saying people disappear sometimes. The land takes what it wants. Daniel thinks she's being metaphorical, but her trembling hands say otherwise. As he walks through the orchard later that day, he finds a bracelet tangled in the grass near a mango tree. The charm is shaped like a small crescent moon, the same bracelet shown in Ana's picture. Chills run down Daniel's spine. He pockets it instinctively, unsure whether he should tell someone or just observe quietly. When he asks a few of the local workers if they know anything, they respond with short, clipped answers. She wandered too far. One man grumbles, kids shouldn't break rules. Another woman refuses to speak at all. The sheriff, Malloy finally approaches Daniel and tells him to stick to photography and leave police matters alone. But his calm tone fails to hide the defensiveness in his eyes. Something about Anna's disappearance scares the sheriff too. That night, Daniel hears faint crying outside his farmhouse. He rushes out with a flashlight, but the sound stops instantly. The trees rustle in the breeze like they whispering. He notices footprints in the dirt bare, small, almost like a child's butt. They lead nowhere. The mystery deepens as Daniel begins to wonder if Aina's disappearance isn't an isolated tragedy, but part of something much larger. Just when Daniel begins feeling overwhelmed, two outsiders, a Raven investigative journalist named Claire Huxley and her cameraman, Roland. They claim they're doing a piece on seasonal farming, but Daniel quickly senses they have a different motive. Claire asks Daniel subtle questions about the orchard, the locals, and whether he's seen anything strange. She seems driven, curious, almost too eager. Daniel eventually reveals the bracelet he found, and Claire's eyes widen. She confesses that Anna wasn't the only person who vanished. 3 disappearances in the last 7 years. All young mango season. All unexplained. Roland pulls out old photographs, grainy nighttime shots of the orchard, S-boundary lines showing dim lights and shadowy figures. Daniel is unsettled but drawn in. There's a sense the 3 of them have stepped into something sinister and deeply hidden. When Claire interviews a few locals, they shut down immediately. One woman whispers, "Not again, please, not again," before shutting her door. Another warns Claire that curiosity will only bring danger. Daniel notices workers avoiding a certain section of the orchard, the old grove. No one picks fruit there. No one walks there. Even the sheriff refuses to discuss it. That evening during dinner at the farmhouse, Daniel notices a drone flying overhead. Roland checks his equipment. None of it belongs to them. Someone is watching. Someone doesn't want outsiders digging around. Later that night, Claire admits her suspicion. This town hides a ritual tied to harvest season, a tradition older than the community itself, something practiced behind closed doors. Daniel doesn't want to believe it, but every sign points toward a disturbing pattern. For the first time, Daniel realizes he is not just capturing pictures, he has become part of a story much darker than he expected. Claire's research pushes Daniel into uncomfortable territory. He begins questioning the older locals, especially those who have lived near the orchard for decades. Eventually, he meets Mrs. Ellery, a woman in her late 70s who has always lived in the town. She refuses to let Claire or Roland interview her, but speaks quietly to Daniel alone, almost like she sees something in him that reminds her of the past. Mrs. Ellery reveals that the orchard used to belong to one family. Decades ago, the orchard faced a ruin due to a strange blight affecting the mango trees. It was during that time, she says, that a deal was made. She doesn't specify with whom or what, only that the fruit began to grow again but at a cost. The land doesn't heal without taking something in return, she whispers. Daniel feels goosebumps rise on his skin. As Daniel digs deeper, he uncovers old newspaper clippings. A fire broke out in the orchard 25 years earlier, killing 3 people including Anna's grandmother. Yet the fire was never fully investigated. Locals still avoid discussing it. When Daniel asks Sheriff Malloy for old case files, the sheriff becomes aggressive, telling Daniel to stop digging for ghosts. Meanwhile, Daniel discovers family journals hidden in Anna's abandoned home. The entries revealed her fear of a yearly ritual the night of first harvest, where certain families stayed inside with doors locked. She wrote about hearing chanting near the old grove, and about seeing people gather in white robes at midnight. Anna's final entry is chilling. "If something happens to me, look in the old grove. They're hiding the truth there. I know what they did." This discovery shifts the entire tone of the film. It is no longer about one missing girl, it is about a generational secret buried in the orchard soil. The town begins preparing for the Mango Festival, a celebration filled with bright decorations, music, children's games, and long tables covered with desserts and mango dishes. For outsiders, it looks joyful and harmless, but Daniel notices the locals carry a strange tension beneath their forced smiles, like they were waiting for the festival to be over. Claire and Roland sense it too. They split up to gather footage, interviewing families, capturing the parade, and filming the ceremonial opening of the first mango basket. Daniel wanders deeper into the festival grounds and overhears two elderly men whispering, "Tonight is the night," just like every year. Their eyes carry fear not excitement. As dusk settles, the festival becomes quieter. People begin leaving early. Families rush children inside. Doors are locked. Lights switched off. Even the sheriff quietly disappears from the grounds. Daniel asks why everyone is suddenly leaving, but no one answers. Around 9 p.m., Claire calls Daniel urgently. She found something. He meets her near the orchard boundary and sees footprints leading from the edge of the festival grounds into the old grove. They're small, like a child's anus. The grove, which everyone warned Daniel about, seems to breathe with its own unsettling rhythm. The trees sway without wind, and the air grows colder. Roland sets up a night vision camera. As they move deeper, they hear distant chanting, soft, rhythmic, almost hypnotic. Claire grips Daniel's arm. They follow the sound and glimpse a gathering of robed figures standing in a circle. At the center of the circle lies a sealed wooden crate covered in mango leaves and old symbols. Daniel's heart races. This is the ritual Anna wrote about. Suddenly the chanting stops. A figure turns. The outsiders have been spotted. Everything from here begins spiraling into danger. Daniel, Claire, and Roland duck behind trees, trying to stay hidden. The robed figures begin lifting the wooden crate. Roland's camera captures everything's silhouettes, symbols, and the eerie glow of lanterns. When the crate opens, the group gasps. Inside lies a collection of old personal belongings, bracelets, shoes, a torn photograph belonging to people who disappeared over the years. Claire whispers, "This is a memoriam, or a grave." Before they can process the meaning, Sheriff Malloy steps into the circle, removing his robe. Daniel's breath catches. The sheriff isn't just aware of the ritual, he's part of it. The sheriff begins speaking. "Tonight we honor the sacrifice made by our land. Without it, we lose everything. Without the offering, we face ruin again." Daniel feels his stomach twist. This isn't a religious ritual, it's a community pact, a dark tradition to protect the orchard's harvest. A young boy steps forward, trembling. His mother clutches his hand, crying silently. The sheriff touches the boy's cheek and murmurs something Daniel can't hear. Suddenly, everything becomes clear. Every few years, someone is chosen for the land. But Dana wasn't chosen, she discovered the truth. And someone silenced her. Claire gasps too loudly. The chanting stops. Lanterns swing as robed figures turn toward the trees. Daniel signals everyone to run. As they flee through the orchard, the sheriff shouts orders. The townspeople scatter, forming a manhunt. Flashlights slice through the darkness. Daniel, Claire, and Roland trip through branches, stumbling over roots, gasping for breath. While hiding behind a fallen tree, Roland checks his footage. His hands shake. He captured everything, every detail that could expose the town. But the real question now is, can they escape with it? The orchard transforms into a labyrinth of shadows. As the chase intensifies, Daniel, Claire, and Roland split up to avoid capture. The townspeople move in coordinated patterns, clearly experienced in these nighttime hunts. Their flashlights sweep the darkness like searching spotlights, paired with high-pitched whistles signaling directions. It becomes clear this isn't the first time they've hunted someone. Daniel sprints toward the farmhouse, hoping to gather his belongings and flee. But as he approaches, he sees figures already searching inside. He hides behind a tractor, catching his breath, heart pounding. He knows if he hesitates, he'll become the offering. Claire, meanwhile, runs toward the festival grounds. She finds a small shed and locks herself inside. She can hear footsteps rushing past, people whispering her name. They're closing. As she hides behind a stack of mango crates, she notices something horrifying: photographs pinned on the wall. Pictures of past victims, pictures of Aina, pictures of children and young adults who vanished. The shed is a storage place for the ritual's history. Roland climbs onto a hill to get signal for an emergency call. But the orchard is remote, isolated by miles of farmland. As he tries to send footage to a cloud server, he hears rustling behind him. He turns and the sheriff stands there. Roland runs, but the sheriff tackles him. The camera skids across the dirt, still recording. Daniel hears Roland scream in the distance. He wants to help, but Claire calls him through a whispery phone signal. "Get to the old grove," she says. There's an exodus service road behind the ravine. Daniel meets Claire, and they move together. But before they can escape, they're surrounded by torch-carrying townsfolk. The sheriff drags a beaten Roland forward. Daniel realizes they're not just running from danger, they're running toward the final truth. Daniel, Claire, and Roland are dragged back to the center of the old grove, where the ritual earlier took place. The townspeople gather silently, forming a circle around them. Lanterns flicker, casting long shadows across the trees. The sheriff steps forward not with anger, but with a sorrowful calm, like someone who believes he's doing the right thing. He explains everything. Years ago, the orchard suffered a devastating blight. Crops failed, families starved, and the entire town faced collapse. Desperate, the founding elders performed a ritual they believed would restore the land, whether it was superstition, panic, or something darker. The next season, the mango trees bloomed like never before. The town survived, but when one child died mysteriously that same year, they believed it was the price. Over time, the ritual became a tradition, a twisted belief that the orchard would only flourish if an offering was made. The elders chose vulnerable children whose disappearances could be explained away as accidents or runaways. Anna discovered the truth and tried to reveal it. They couldn't risk the community falling apart, so they silenced her. Sheriff Malloy kneels beside Daniel. "The town depends on this land. If the land dies, every Dundee is. You think we wanted this? You think we enjoy this? We're trapped in a cycle we didn't create. A vote is taken. The offering must be made to protect the harvest." The crowd debates, voices rising in panic and fear. The sheriff proposes Daniel because he intruded the deepest. Claire screams. Roland begs for mercy. But then something unexpected happens. A young mother steps forward. She refuses to support the ritual. Another joins her. Then another. The crowd begins to fracture. For the first time in decades, people question the tradition. Charles erupts. Someone knocks over a lantern. Flames ignite the dry leaves. The grove catches fire. Daniel seizes the moment. He grabs Roland and Claire, and they run as the old grove burns behind them. Daniel, Claire, and Roland escape onto the service road, coughing through smoke, bruised, exhausted, but alive. The flames spread quickly, consuming the old grove, the sacred center of the ritual. Fire trucks from nearby counties rush toward the orchard as the glow lights up the sky. The sheriff's voice echoes behind them, yelling for townspeople to save the trees, not chase the outsiders. The ritual collapses with the grove. The movie cuts to several days later. We see Daniel sitting in a hospital bed, recovering from smoke inhalation. Claire and Roland survive too. Tug, Roland's arm is broken. On a small TV in the room, a news report plays. Drone footage shows the orchard devastated by fire. Investigators discovered evidence of ritual gatherings, missing person belongings, and community-wide secrecy. Authorities are interviewing every resident. The sheriff has been arrested. The town is shattered but free. Daniel stares at the screen silently. The reporter says the mango orchard will likely never recover. It's a tragedy economically, but it marks the end of a horrific tradition. Claire sits beside Daniel and assures him that her article will expose everything, every detail Roland captured. The world will know. The final emotional twist comes when authorities confirm the discovery of Anna's remains near the grove. Daniel closes his eyes in grief. Her story finally has closure. Her bravery in documenting the ritual helped bring the truth to light. In the ending scene, Daniel returns to Chicago. He places the crescent moon bracelet on his desk beside a photograph of mango trees before the fire. He begins writing his own book, not just about the orchard, but about belief, fear, community pressure, and how traditions can trap people for generations. The symbolic message is clear. Sometimes, the sweetest thing's the fruit. The festivals, the smiles are only masks, hiding the rot underneath. Mango excels not because of jump scares or loud twists, but because of the layers of symbolism woven throughout the film. The mango itself represents duality. It is sweet, fragrant, beautifully yet. Its growth in this town is fueled by a dark, hidden cost. This mirrors how communities sometimes maintain outward beauty while suppressing truth, guilt, and trauma beneath the surface. The orchard symbolizes history loose on top, but rooted in the sins of older generations. Every tree carries the weight of past offerings, every harvest an echo of unspoken sacrifice. The old grove is the heart of the town's fear. It represents forbidden memory, a physical embodiment of secrets people avoid but feel trapped by. The ritual highlights how tradition can become twisted when fear overtakes morality. People knew it was wrong, yet followed it because survival and conformity outweighed conscience. This reflects real-world social pressures in tight-knit communities where exposing truth risks destroying everything. Anna symbolizes the next generation, curious, brave, unwilling to accept the outdated beliefs forced upon her. Her death becomes the catalyst for the town's transformation. Her bracelet, found by Daniel, becomes a metaphor for lost innocence and forgotten victims finally being heard. Daniel represents the outsider perspective, someone not blinded by tradition. His camera symbolizes clarity and truth. Every photo he takes captures what the townspeople refuse to see. Claire represents justice, persistence, and the voice that converts hidden truth into public knowledge. Roland symbolizes the evidence, the hard proof that finally breaks the ritual. The fire at the end symbolizes cleansing, painful, destructive, but necessary for rebirth. Just as land sometimes needs burning to regenerate, the town needed its darkest roots destroyed to grow again. The message to viewers is powerful. No community, no tradition, no outward beauty is worth protecting if innocence is sacrificed to preserve it. As the final frame of mango fades into darkness, we're left with the taste of something bittersweet and aftertaste that lingers long after the movie ends. It's the feeling you get when a mystery has been solved, but the truth was so heavy, so unsettling, that part of you wishes you had never uncovered it. Yet, at the same time, you're grateful you did. Because stories like this remind us that even the most beautiful places hold shadows, and even the sweetest fruit can grow from the darkest soil. Throughout this journey, we walked step by step through the orchards of green, touched by sunlight during the day and haunted by secrets at night. We watched Ava transform from a quiet observer to someone forced to confront the past that everyone else tried so desperately to bury. And we uncovered how the truth, no matter how dangerous, always finds a way to rise to the surface. Mango isn't just a movie about a town, a ritual, or a missing girl. It's a story about what people become when they're faced with loss, guilt, and the fear of the unknown. It's about the illusion of peace, the weight of tradition, and the terrifying things humans are capable of when they believe they're protecting something sacred. And it's about survival, physical and emotional, and the world around you refuses to stay the same. This film leaves us with a question. How far would we go to preserve something we love? Would we search for answers, even when everyone tells us to stop? Would we stand against generations of silence? Or would we, like the townspeople, turn away so the truth can rot quietly beneath the trees? Ava chose to face it. She chose to open the door others had kept closed for decades. And because of that choice, she didn't just expose a secret, she broke a cycle. She forced Green Hollow to finally confront the truth that had shaped every part of their lives. Painful as it was, the truth gave them a chance to rebuild, to heal, and to finally breathe. As we leave this story behind, we're reminded that healing never begins in comfort. It begins in confrontation. It begins when someone is brave enough to look the past in the eye and say no more. And that is why Mango stays with us. It's not just a thriller. It's not just a mystery. It's a mirror held up to the choices we make, the stories we ignore, and the ghosts we pretend not to see. If this journey made you think, if it made you feel something, if it made you pause, even for a moment, then that is the power of cinema. Thank you for watching this exploration of Mango. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive. Share this with your friends and family who love stories that stay with you long after the screen goes dark. Until next time, take care. And remember, some truths grow in silence, but they always find a way to be heard. Thanks for watching.